Michigan State advances to the Sweet 16 with a 77-69 win over Louisville. What a game. This was truly a game where I don't think Michigan State played their best, especially Jeremy Fears. I don't think Jeremy Fears played great in this game. He had 16 assists in this one, though. Besides that, Michigan State, I thought defensively in the first half played all right. I thought Louisville was missing a lot of open shots, so that's something that MSU absolutely has to fix. And then you have to talk about the second half. Louisville started to hit shots. Louisville started coming back, but for Michigan State to really respond with a couple of runs there at the end of the game was absolutely massive. And really, it was before like the end of the game when MSU seemed to kind of control things. Obviously, the end of the game when Louisville started to press a little bit, that's when things kind of got a little bit uncomfortable, which is something that is not unknown to Michigan State fans, unfortunately. Obviously, you had a couple missed free throws from Coen Carr. Really, outside of that, MSU kind of struggled getting the ball into the court as well. Outside of that, I thought Michigan State kind of controlled things for the most part. Obviously, I don't think MSU played very well overall, like I specifically said, but MSU got some great performances and really key performances in this one. And you really have to obviously mention the star of the game, and that was Coen Carr. I think this is one of Coen Carr's best performances he's ever had at Michigan State. It's definitely up there. It might be the greatest performance he's ever had at Michigan State, especially for kind of the situation that Michigan State was in. 21 points, 2 for 4 from the field, 10 rebounds. You got a double-double. Absolutely massive, not only on the offensive side of the ball, but defensive side of the ball. You have to really mention a couple of times where it seemed like Louisville was coming back. There's one point where he was guarding Ryan Conwell, got a block, a absolutely massive block. I think it was like maybe a 2-possession game at that point. Obviously, Coen Carr, great in the transition offense as well. Like I mentioned, hit a couple of big threes as well. Coen Carr, I thought, was a big reason why Michigan State won this game, but not the only reason, because I want to give a ton of flowers to Trey Fort. Trey Fort, absolutely massive in this one. 12 points, 3 for 5 from 3. He hasn't had a ton of time played prior to March. He just hasn't been given the opportunity to play, and his first 2 games have been impactful for Michigan State. Obviously, the North Dakota State game wasn't a game that really MSU needed him, but there was a game where MSU absolutely needed him. He needed his shot making, needed his offense, and it seemed like every time, again, he needed to hit a big shot, he hit it. Trey Fort absolutely deserves a ton of praise. He's gone through a ton this year. He hasn't, like I said, given the opportunity to play very much, but now he's getting the opportunity. He's playing real well on the offensive side of the ball, and even defensive side of the ball, I'm totally fine with how he's doing overall. So Trey Fort absolutely deserves flowers. Coen Carr absolutely deserves flowers as well. Jordan Sky, I thought defensively was okay in this game. 4 points, 2 for 4 from field, 2 rebounds. Did get a little bit of foul trouble towards the end of this game, but he was all right. He didn't really contribute too much offensively. Jeremy Fears, 12 points, 16 rebounds. I think the 12 points is a little bit misleading. 3 for 13 from the field. He even struggled with his free throws as well. 5 turnovers in this game, which is unlike Jeremy Fears. Michigan State, if you want to talk about turnovers in this game, was absolutely awful. 15 turnovers. That was a big reason why I honestly think Louisville was even in this game, is because of obviously second half 3-point shooting was definitely better for Louisville, but turnovers, man. Like, MSU kept turning the ball over and over and over. And good thing for MSU is that Louisville wasn't really able to convert on a ton of them either. So, yeah, MSU needs to be much better at that point. MSU did out-rebound Louisville in this game by 7. They kind of really started to take control of the glass towards the end of this game, which is, I think, something that is absolutely important in these kinds of games, these type of situations that's really close, is MSU had an opportunity to really kind of keep this lead because of offense rebounding, because of Carson Cooper, because of Jackson Kohler. They were able to continue to extend and kind of keep their lead from there. And there was also one massive part of this game that I honestly think, going back to, maybe made the difference in this game, is the technical foul. I think absolutely made a difference in this game. Yeah, Jackson Kohler made 2 free throws. Michigan State made a 3 outside of that. So that's a 5-point difference in a game that ended up with 8. This could get real uncomfortable towards the end, and it kind of already did with how Michigan State was really working with that press. But overall, not the greatest performance for Michigan State, but you're able to escape. You're able to get the win over a Louisville team that ended up shooting 35% from three. It didn't seem like they shot that well, especially in the first half they did it. Second half was a big difference. I think that was something that MSU fans kind of knew was coming, is that first half performance. This Louisville team shooting wise is way too good to have that in the second half. So I think really kind of the way Michigan State was able to kind of keep their lead in the second half, obviously going into halftime, only up 5, was absolutely massive. But MSU shot decently well, 42% from three, 47% from the field. Still think they struggled quite a bit. But Coen Carr, Trey Fort absolutely deserves flowers. Jeremy Fears had a really good performance passing the ball. I don't think overall his performance was great. I think he was okay. And now MSU goes on to face the winner of UCLA versus UConn. We'll see exactly what happens with that one. UCLA played a close game in the first one. UConn didn't look the greatest. Terrace Reed looked dominant. We'll see who MSU plays, but it could be really interesting in the round of 16, the Sweet 16, but we'll see what happens. I'll obviously preview that game later this week, but good win for Michigan State. Not a great win, not a great performance, but what matters is when you win in March, you advance, and that's exactly what Michigan State did. So don't have to be perfect, don't have to be great. All that matters is you win. We got Michigan State advancing. We got Michigan advancing. Basketball continues in the state of Michigan. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in until the next episode. If this is something you like, feel free to like, subscribe, comment as well. Thanks for tuning in.